Why was my boyfriend's mom secretly taking photos of me without makeup during our weekend trip? So I'm dating this guy Ryan for about 8 months, and everything's been pretty normal except his mom is super weird about photos. Like, every time we hang out at their house, she's always trying to get pictures of us together, which is sweet, but something felt off about it. Last weekend, Ryan invited me on this family trip to their lake house. I was excited because I'd never been on a real family vacation before. His mom Emma seemed really happy I was coming and kept mentioning how great it would be to get some nice family photos by the water. The first night there, I went to bed without makeup on because, you know, it's a casual lake trip. I woke up around 2 a.m. to use the bathroom and heard this weird clicking sound coming from the hallway. I opened the door slightly and saw Emma standing there with her phone pointed right at my face. She was taking pictures of me sleeping with no makeup on. I pretended to still be asleep and she quietly walked away. I thought maybe I was imagining things because who does that? But the next morning at breakfast, she kept making these comments about how different I looked in the morning light and how natural beauty is so rare these days. During the day, I noticed she was following me around with her phone whenever Ryan wasn't looking. When I was reading by the lake without makeup, she snapped photos from behind a tree. When I came out of the shower with just moisturizer on, she pretended to be texting, but I saw the camera app open. I started feeling really paranoid and anxious. Ryan noticed I was acting weird and asked what was wrong, but I didn't want to sound crazy accusing his mom of being a secret photographer. That evening, Emma suggested we all go for a boat ride at sunset for family photos. I put on makeup for the first time all weekend because I wanted to look nice for the official pictures. But Emma kept complaining about the lighting and saying we should wait until morning when the light would be more flattering. She specifically said I'd look better in natural morning light without all that makeup covering my real face. That night, I couldn't sleep because I kept thinking about all her weird comments and the photo taking. Around 1 a.m., I heard her outside our room again. This time, I got up and caught her red-handed taking pictures of me through the slightly open door. She jumped and tried to play it off like she was just checking if we needed extra blankets. I asked her directly why she was taking photos of me sleeping, and she got all defensive and said she wasn't, but I could literally see the camera roll on her phone was still open. The next morning I told Ryan everything. At first he didn't believe me and said his mom would never do something that creepy, but then Emma made another comment at breakfast about how I should consider going makeup-free more often, because I looked so much more authentic without it. Ryan started paying attention and caught her trying to sneak a photo of me eating cereal with bedhead. He confronted her right there at the breakfast table and asked to see her phone. She refused and got really angry, saying we were both being ridiculous and disrespectful. That's when Ryan's sister came downstairs and overheard the argument. She immediately said she knew what was going on because Emma had been doing the same thing to her boyfriends for years. Turns out Emma had this weird habit of collecting unflattering photos of girls her kids dated. Ryan's sister showed us a whole folder on Emma's iPad labeled real versus fake, with before and after photos of different girlfriends over the years. There were pictures of girls without makeup, crying, eating messily, or just looking tired. It was like she was building some kind of evidence file to prove that these girls weren't good enough for her sons. The worst part was finding photos of me from months ago that I had no idea she'd taken. Pictures of me sweating after we played tennis, looking tired after work, with food in my teeth, even one of me picking my nose in their living room. She'd been documenting my worst moments this entire time. Ryan was completely horrified and demanded she delete everything immediately. Emma broke down crying and admitted she just wanted to protect her boys from girls who weren't being honest about what they really looked like. She said too many young women today catfish with makeup and filters. Ryan made his mom delete all the photos in front of us and promised never to do it again.